Venture capital plays a vital role in the startup ecosystem, providing the necessary funding and support for entrepreneurs to transform their innovative ideas into successful businesses. This article aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of venture capital and its significance in funding the growth of startups. We will explore the definition of venture capital, the role of venture capitalists, the process of securing venture capital funding, and the benefits and challenges associated with this form of financing. What is venture capital? Approximately 800 words. 1.1 Defining venture capital. Explaining the concept of venture capital and its distinct characteristics as a form of private equity investment in early-stage and high-growth potential companies. 1.2 Structure of venture capital firms. Describing the organizational structure and operations of venture capital firms, including general partners, limited partners, and the management of investment funds. 1.3 Venture capital versus traditional financing. Contrasting venture capital with traditional sources of funding, such as bank loans or personal savings, highlighting the unique aspects and advantages of venture capital. 2. Role of venture capitalists, approximately 800 words. 2.1 Investment expertise. Discussing the expertise and experience that venture capitalists bring to the table, including industry knowledge, network connections, and operational guidance. 2.2 Risk-taking and high returns. Exploring the risk-reward dynamic of venture capital investments and the willingness of venture capitalists to take on high-risk opportunities in exchange for potentially significant returns. 2.3 Mentorship and value-added services. Highlighting the role of venture capitalists as mentors and advisors, providing strategic guidance, business development support, and access to their network of contacts. 2.4 Due diligence and investment selection. Explaining the rigorous due diligence process undertaken by venture capitalists to evaluate investment opportunities and select promising startups for funding. 3. The venture capital funding process, approximately 800 words. 3.1 Preparing for funding. Outlining the essential steps that startups should take to attract venture capital, including developing a solid business plan, assembling a competent management team, and validating their product or service. 3.2 Pitching to venture capitalists. Providing insights into the art of crafting an effective pitch deck and delivering a compelling presentation to capture the interest of venture capitalists. 3.3 Negotiating deal terms. Exploring the key elements of venture capital financing, such as equity ownership, valuation, investment amount, board representation, and exit strategies, and discussing the negotiation process. 3.4 Due diligence and investment decision. Detailing the comprehensive due diligence process conducted by venture capitalists, including financial analysis, market assessment, competitive analysis, and assessing the startup's growth potential. 3.5 Closing the deal. Describing the final stages of the investment process, including legal documentation, finalizing investment terms, and completing the transaction. IV. Benefits and challenges of venture capital funding, approximately 800 words. 4.1 Benefits for startups. Discussing the advantages that venture capital funding offers to startups, such as access to capital, industry expertise, mentorship, and validation that can attract follow-on investments. 4.2 Potential challenges. Examining the potential downsides and challenges associated with venture capital funding, including loss of control, dilution of equity, high expectations, and increased scrutiny from investors. 4.3 Timing and suitability. Highlighting the importance of considering the stage of the startup, its growth trajectory, and the specific requirements of the business when evaluating the suitability of venture capital funding. 4.4 Alternative funding options. Exploring alternative funding sources, such as angel investors, crowdfunding, grants, and bootstrapping, and discussing their pros and cons compared to venture capital financing. V. The impact of venture capital on startup growth, approximately 800 words. 5.1 Fueling innovation and job creation. Analyzing the positive impact of venture capital on driving innovation, supporting disruptive technologies, and creating employment opportunities. 5.2 Industry and economic growth. Examining the role of venture capital in stimulating economic growth, fostering entrepreneurship, and contributing to the development of emerging industries.